Hello everybody. It's your boy, the Big Loser, and today I'm gonna be doing a movie what if. And today's what if is gonna be what if Belle had the Excalibur and was so OP that he was literally on the god level. So it's the Big Loser. Let's talk about it. So this story takes place when Belle's parents die. Belle is heartbroken, and before you guys ask who Belle is a character from the main protagonist from Don Manchi, or Don't Ever Pick a Girl. Is it okay to pick up a girl with a dragon? And in this, Belle is literally traumatized because his parents died. And the last thing he would have ever heard from his mom and dad was become a hero and become a strong adventurer. And then he would train. Like he would train like Goku. Imagine Goku. Yeah, that. I'm going to charge my phone in a second. And he will have the appetite of Luffy. Now, he won't always want sausage, but he would want other foods like that. So he's pretty strong. And one day, he's training. And that's when his grandfather dies. Or we all best know as Zeus. Or Zeus fakes his own death. And that's when Zeus tells him to be the strongest hero. And he doesn't tell him to pick up a chick in this one. He is a little perv, but he doesn't tell him to pick up a chick in this one. So he's not that focused on picking up chicks like his grandfather usually teases him about. So Belle will still have that same skill. The skill that went the affection and everything. Let me pause real quick. So I forgot to mention something about the time where Zeus fakes his death. Belle is about the age of 15, so his strength is good enough for him to get to be in a familia. And he goes and travels to go get into a familia. So in this, no one really everybody turns him down because they see his physique and they think it's weak because he's wearing a jacket. And no one likes it. So that's why Hestia sees him. And this Hestia has another recruit. And he kind of looks like Belle, but a little bit like he's hotter than Belle. And everything. So she picks him up and says, "How will you be part of my familia?" And this Belle's gonna be struggling to get up, so he's gonna stay level 1. And this is where Hestia one day comes back because everybody starts bullying her about how Belle is useless and all that. So she comes home when he comes home one day, she's like, "I want you out of my familia. You're useless. You barely even help us. You are just one naughty person. You're just one little wreck. I don't even know why I picked you up." And then Belle's like, but Hestia still has a little crush, but not anymore. She has hatred towards Belle. She's like, "But I want you out of my familia. Wait." And then she gets an idea. I brought you into my familia. I can take you out. And she says, "Lift up your shirt now." And he says, "Goddess." He said, and then let's call him Zacula. Miracula says, "I'll hold him down," and he literally just drops kicks him. Cause Bell is strong, but he doesn't really know that, cause he's doubting himself and his mind's holding back his power. So by his mind holding back his power and him not breaking his limit, he's actually weak. So Bell gets drop kicked, and then when Bell gets back up, he gets roundhouse kicked to the face, and then falls unconscious. So now Bell is like, and Hestia removes her familia logo. But before she does, she sees that he has a special skill. And in this, he's going to bear hatred toward Hestia. So instead of his feelings being love, it's going to be hatred for Hestia. And that hatred is going to keep growing every single day. Just to let you know. So, now, as soon as Bell gets out, she kicks him out. And throws a couple things at him. His clothes. And then she sees that all the money that he had. And then she's like, "I don't need this punk's worthless money," and throws it at him. So Belle's like, "Hestia, but..." And then he's like, "No, they want to do me like that." And then this is where Belle turned into a whole different person. He's like, "Okay, so they want to do me like that." Because, he really wants to show his mom and dad and his grandpa that he can do it. So he would do anything. So now he's getting angry. He's like, "They would do that to me, huh? Bet." And then he goes to the woods. And he sees a couple animals, knocks them out with one punch. And he even rips out bears' hearts, crushes them. And now, ever since that happened, his limit is now shattered. Broken. So let's get back in the video. I'm sorry for pausing it. And last where we left off, Bell is now killing animals mercifully. He's not even carrying a weapon. And this is where he comes near a rock. Let's say this rock just spawns there. Because people go through that place and they don't find any that place. So Naruto just walks up to it. It's like, well, I guess I get a free sword, and just pulls it out. First try. And just like, I guess this is mine now. And so and then the weapon forms into a kind of knife. So, and then the weapon starts talking. And it says, "So, I guess you're my new user?" He says, "Cool, a talking sword shape-shifting knife." And he says, "Kid, do you know what I am?" And he's like, "A sword, a sword that changes knife with a diamond on it?" He says, No. I'm the Excalibur. A weapon that's so powerful that gods tend to use it. But some gods can't even pull me out my rock. Not some gods, all gods. And I'm surprised that a mortal can pull me out. And he says, "I don't care. So what are you doing on Earth?" And he says, "Well," and then he tells him, "I was sent here on a mission to find somebody worthy to wield me." And he's like, "Okay, I guess that makes sense." So And then the Excalibur turns back into a sword because he's like, I guess I want to be a sword. And he's like, I guess I can work with a sword. And he tells Bell all his powers. And then the first power he lists off that he can create hell flames from the sword. And the second power he really experience shape shifting. And then he can take control of the user's hands and deflect any attack that's coming near you. Or I can duplicate and turn into a double-handed weapon. And you can dodge from the front and the back. And then the other skills I'm gonna list down in the movie, I believe. So he's like, okay, so I'm gonna start killing animals and all that. And he's just for the sake of the video, he gives him a power to absorb things. So you know what Bell does? He absorbs all the animals that he kills. He doesn't give the attributes of them. He just gives the skills. So now Naruto has hyper sense, and he has a monster strength from the bears, and he can run really fast. Like imagine a cheetah, but imagine Godspeed versus the Flash. One thing, that would be no competition. Unless you're talking about a Flash that's really fast. So he's literally beyond Godspeed. So he's like, so I guess he's in, and he gains the power to jump really high from the bunnies, and he gains the agility and able to mask their presence, because bunnies are able to mask their presence from predators, unless he absorbs some plants. So he gains the power to make antidotes, and he comes by a weird plants, like if you eat it like that, you'll gain the power to regenerate, and you can regenerate people. Like typically you're immortal like that. So then when he absorbs this plant, he typically becomes immortal. He can regenerate people, and if you cut off his head, he's still gonna be alive. It's just gonna regrow back. I'm gonna make a side effect to one of his powers, like the hell flames. If it's on for 2 hours, it'll start moving up the Excalibur and start burning your head. And I believe hellfire is really burn. But I don't think that would matter too much because his regenerating power. Yeah. All that. So he's pretty all set. He's pretty set. So you know what he decides to do? He decides to see if he can get into a familia. And right now Bell's looking fine, no homo. Pause. Ladies, now he's gonna be a player. He's gonna have his own harem. I believe that's how you guys say it. So he's gonna have a harem. So he's walking through the city. He doesn't have a hood on. He's well built and all that. So he's walking through town. All the girls are staring at him, even goddesses. The way he's looking, no homo, made some boys gay. No homo. So he's just walking through town. And then the same lady that offers him a breakfast. He gives him breakfast. Because she asks, are you off to the dungeon? He says, yeah. How did you know? He's like, well, a lot of people tend to go to the dungeon. A lot of people tend to go to the dungeon. And he's like, okay, well, thanks a lot. I'll see if I can come here later on. And this is where Belle goes into the dungeons. And he's literally killing Beast. Wait, first he goes to Miss Anna. And she tells her everything. She feels bad for him and all that. So he goes down, slaying monsters like there's no tomorrow. Like with relative ease. So he's like, right now will be the part where Wallenstein is getting threatened. Like, it's the same Minotaur that was supposed to fight Belle, was fighting Belle. Like, it's overpowering her. And she's by herself. Like, the thing where Belle kills the monster is not, it's not that part, but that's it. But let's say that the Minotaur got stronger on its own, not like beaten up stronger. So now Belle is not going to fight. He walks up, stabs the beast. Stabs the beast. And then it pops into a crystal. And he decides to leave. And then she says, wait, because she knows how handsome he is. And she's like, thank you for saving me. And with a nonchalant answer, he's like, you're welcome. You can keep that. I have plenty. And she asks, what familia are you from? And he says, I used to be part of the Hestia familia until she kicked me out. And then, I forgot her name. Wallenstein, like, wait, you're Belle Cornell? And he's like, yeah, how do you know my name? Do you know? Hestia was bragging about how she kicked you out. And that how you can kick people out. Because you put them in your group and all that. And he's like, I don't really care. And he's like, okay. Well, I guess you're this, that, and the third. She's like, thank you. And he goes, bye-bye. And zooms away. So this is where he gets to lower levels. And he axes the Excalibur to duplicate. And the Excalibur duplicates, and then he covers it in Hellfire. So right now he's going to be on the same level as Kirito. Like, dual-wielding blades. So he's dual-wielding his blades, killing beasts left and right. All that crap. Yada, yada, yada. He comes back with a big, he thinks that about Valis. And then he goes catches out with Aina. Aina's surprised. She's like, how did you make this with Valis? She's like, well, I killed beasts, I killed monsters, and that's all you need to know. All that. And he's like, okay. And then he goes to the same place because he knows that he owes her. So he goes in, and then he's like, I guess no. And then he goes into the bar. He's having actually a fun time. He's eating their good food, and before the wolf guy pops up, like he pays, so he doesn't have to worry about running out and not paying. So the wolf dude is like, and then eyes bonsai saying how this Bell Cornell, the white and red haired kid saved me from a minotaur. And then everybody's like, what? The one that got exiled from Hesia's team? What familia is he in now? And then she's like, I don't know. He never told me. He just said, you're welcome, and left. And then the wolf dude is like, that must have been a fluke. The Minotaur was too focused on you, and he just stabbed it through the heart. That was just a fluke. And he's like, you can't believe him to be better than me. He's just some kid that got exiled. And this is where Belle gets angry. Like, he was just finishing up a drink because he really paid. And he's like, and then it seems like he's teleporting, leaving a little burn spot on the chair. Quickly burning out, and appears because he was a few meters from the chair, so he doesn't need to move the chair table or anything. And he pulls up in front of Bet, I believe his name was, and he's like, "Can you say that again, dog boy?" And then he's like, and then Bet goes for a punch. Bell catches it with one finger, and he's like, "Wow, is that all you got? And you guys called me weak." And kicks him out the door, not damaging anything, just kicks him. And Loki's like, "Don't you dare hurt one of my familia," and goes to smack Bell, not using any of her powers. And then he just dodges and keeps walking as she keeps trying to hit him. And he sees her and sees him, Bet, trying to run. And then he goes in front of Bet, kicks him in the stomach, sends him flying, him landing. It says, "How did you go? Leave me alone." And then he goes and he asks his Mamma Mia for a place. And he goes ahead and pays for the place. And he's starting to live there. And this is where Loki complains about Bell to Hestia. And then Hestia's in a rage. And she thinks that Belle's still in her party, so she thinks that she can boss him around. But Liddy, she knows that she kicked him out, and she probably forgot because she kind of misses Belle because Belle was the one that treated her right, and I really forgot his name because he's gonna be that useless, sacrilely useless, and he's like, I'm just gonna call him nigga, not nigga. That's kind of on a different level. Let's call him man whore. Yeah, man whore. Man whore is flirting with other girls, getting their attention and all that. And then she kind of misses Belle because Belle actually treated her with some respect and actually respected her. And when she tried hitting on him, he actually blushed. But when she tried to flirt with him, with man whore, the only thing she gets is a side eye. And then right now Belle wakes up and is like, "Hey, Mamma Mia, you yawning like that?" And he's like, "So, what's breakfast plan?" And then he's like, "I'm paying." And then he does pay, and then he's like, "I'm going outside to the dungeon. Have a great day." And then he goes to the dungeon, and he slays enough demons to get a new blade. a second blade, and the Excalibur takes the form of the knife. So he's about to get the same knife that he gets in the original canon. So Belle goes to the same place that Anna. I don't know why I keep yawning. Anna and him first went. So then he gets a blade. More like Belle gets a blade. The blade is from Hephaestus herself, so she makes it herself. So it goes with him. So the blade is kind of strong. No, really strong, because Belle is really strong. So he's like, okay. Thank you, Goddess Hephaestus. She's like, okay. I understand. And she's like, okay. So he goes back to the same place. This is where Hestia and a man whore decides to walk in with the audacity to say, Belle, how dare you treat another goddess like this? And one of her familia? And this is where Deku says, I'm 10. And not 10, I'm about the age where I can whoop your ass. Him saying, and so he says, get out of my way. Remember, you kicked me at your party. She has a small, like, I don't know, what should I say, like small, little angry, upset face. And this, I know I said this is going to be a movie, but I decided not to be. This is going to be parts, because I'm starting a new material. And the only thing I would like to tell you guys is like and subscribe, get the video to the like goal with 20 likes, and do it, or you guys will never get winners from me ever again. And you will find the Excalibur sticking through your heart when you wake up in the morning, and you won't have regeneration powers. It's the big loser signing off.